Welcome to Logo Training Center. In this part, we will learn how to create materials to be used in pasta production, and their plant parameters. Moreover, workstations, operations and productions route definitions will be generated. Before starting any production process, we will first generate our materials to be used in production. At this point, material card types are important. Pasta is basically made from a mixture of water and semolina flour. Follow this part of the video to learn how to create the fundamental records for high-level production in Logo Tiger Enterprise. First of all, we select the material type as raw material and add a card for hard wheat. We set up its unit set as kilogram. Plant parameters option located in the right mouse button menu. Procurement type. This field is used to specify the procurement type default of the material to be used in production. The procurement type default is processed when the proposal transactions are generated in planning processes. The procurement type field consists of two options. First, purchase. Second, production. When purchase is selected, the material to be used in production is procured by purchasing. When production is selected, the material to be used in production is the outcome of another production process. Since our material card type is raw material, it is already set up as purchase, and we cannot change it. Lead warehouse indicates the warehouse to be processed when the materials are procured in the production process. Now, we will create our other raw material, water, and apply the same settings for it. Differently, we set up its unit set as liters. When creating our semi-finished goods, we should be careful with the procurement type. Semi-finished goods can be both purchased and produced. In our scenario, semolina flour will be produced. So, we have to set up its procurement type as production, and set its lead warehouse as semi-finished good warehouse. Second semi-finished good is dough. The same settings in semolina flour card will be applied in here. For finished goods, spaghetti and tortellini, procurement types must be production. And the warehouses should be set up as finished good warehouse. The locations where the operations within the production process performed are called as workstations. The workstation information is recorded using Workstation option, which is located in the main records menu of the Resource Management section. In our pasta production, we will have 7 different workstations for the whole process. These are rolls, mixing machine, laminator, steamer, cutting machine, drying tank, and conveyor belts. First, rolls workstation. Hard wheat is grind to produce semolina flour. As you can see, there are 2 warehouse selections. Raw material warehouse indicates the default value of the source raw material warehouse for materials to be used in the workstation for production. The warehouses related to the plant of the workstation are listed, and the appropriate warehouse is selected. Finished good and semi-finished good warehouse indicates the default value of the semi-finished product and product warehouse, where the goods produced in the workstation will be stored. The warehouses related to the plant of the workstation are listed, and the appropriate warehouse is selected. Second, mixing machine. Pipes move the flour to a mixing machine equipped with rotating blades. Warm water is also piped into the mixing machine. The mixture is kneaded to a lumpy consistency. We will have a dough in the end of this process. So, we set up the output warehouse as semi-finished good warehouse. Third, steamer. The roll of dough moves through a steamer, which heats the dough in order to kill any existing bacteria. Fourth, laminator. The mixture moves to a laminator where it is pressed into sheets by large cylinders. Flattened dough will be sent to cutting. So, we can set its output warehouse as finished good warehouse. Fifth, cutting machine. Depending on the type of pasta to be produced, the dough is either cut or pushed through dies. To make spaghetti, dough is cut by rotating blades. To make tortellini, the dough is fed into an extruder which then pushes it through metal dies. Sixth, drying tank. The pasta is placed in a drying tank in which heat, moisture, and drying time are strictly regulated. Our input and output warehouses will be finished good warehouses. Seventh, conveyor belts. Fresh pasta is folded in pre-measured amounts into clear plastic containers. As the containers move along a conveyor belt, a plastic sheet covers each container and is sealed with a hot press. Each transaction performed during finished product and semi-finished product production is called an operation. Operation definitions are located in the main records menu of the Production Definitions section. Requirements such as labor, tools, setup, and wait time are recorded in operation definitions. Each operation can be performed at only one workstation. Our first operation is grinding. Workstation roles will be used in this operation. The most important things in operation are operation batch and operation duration. Without these information, you cannot save the operation card. One batch of grinding operation will be completed in 30 minutes. Remaining fields are not necessary to be filled in. According to your production process, you can use them. Our next operation is mixing and kneading. We will use the mixing machine as a workstation. One batch of mixing and kneading operation will be completed in 1 hour. Next is pasteurization operation. We will be using the steamer as a workstation. One batch of pasteurization operation will be completed in 10 seconds. For rolling operation, we will use the laminator workstation. Operation duration is 15 seconds for one batch. For cutting operation, we will use cutting machine as a workstation. One batch will be completed in 10 split seconds. The next is drying operation, in which we will be using drying tanks as a workstation. One batch of drying operation is completed in 12 hours. Packaging is our last operation. Conveyor belts are used as a workstation. One batch will be completed in 5 seconds. After completing operation definitions, we can take a look at the route definitions. Route definitions are located in the main records menu of the production definitions section. The list indicating the processing order of operations to be performed for production are called routes. For semolina productions, grinding operation will be used. Also, the checkbox of costing is marked. We will need this information when we come to the costing part. Spaghetti production consists of following operations. One, mixing and kneading. 2, pasteurization. 3, cutting. 4, drying. 5, packaging. 2, tortellini production route consists of following operations. One, mixing and kneading. 2, pasteurization. 4, drying. 3, rolling. 4, drying. 5, packaging. 'After completing all these records, we can start generating bills of materials, which is another most important section in production. We will cover this topic in the following sessions. Thank you for watching our video.